People who tiptoe around don't stand steady. Folks who rush ahead barely make it anywhere. And those who try to outshine everyone else just end up dimming their own glow. That's straight from Lao Tzu. Here's a question. How do we get better if we stop trying to fix everything? A lot of us pour energy into making life better, but the payoff's shaky at best. We chase knowledge, grab at stuff out there, wear ourselves out, stress our minds, and still end up feeling empty. The Taoists noticed we humans have a knack for doing things that backfire. When we try to mess with the natural way, we just make a bigger mess. All these efforts, rules, morals, values, sure, they're meant to help us out. But the old Taoist wise one said we'd be better off ditching them. Why? Because all these human-made ideas pull us further from life's natural rhythm. Fighting what nature's got planned is like paddling against the current, tiring and pointless. This video is about letting go of changing the world so you can actually have it. Behind this ever-shifting universe, there's something mysterious, something tough to pin down that the Taoists call Tao. Best word they could come up with. The Tao's everywhere, bigger than anything we can see or touch. Still, we can sense it, feel it, even if our heads can't wrap around it. It's kind of a sad joke. Us trying to box up stuff we'll never fully get. We slap names on things, sort them into neat piles, but miss what the universe is really about. So we build a fake version, something that makes life clickable for us. But in trying to figure out, we lose the Tao. Lao Tzu put it like this in the Tao Te Ching. 5 colors mess with your eyes. 5 notes clog your ears. 5 flavors dull your taste. Sure, organizing colors, sounds, and taste might help us get a grip, but it boxes us in two. There's a whole lot more beyond those tidy little lists. Same deal with how we love making hard and fast rules for everything, just to feel in charge. Thing is, we limit ourselves doing that. The world's always moving. What works today might flop tomorrow. Out of some big-hearted push for fairness or unity, we cook up giant piles of ethics, codes, and traditions, creating this artificial way of living. The intentions might be solid, trying to keep things running smooth, but we end up locking ourselves in cages. Let's talk about trying for a sec. You've probably heard it's better to just do instead of try. That ties right into this flow state idea. When you're in the flow, you are the action, like a dancer melting into the dance or a writer lost in the words. That's Wu Wei in Taoist terms, which you could call doing nothing or effortless action. In that flow vibe, it's all about moving easy, no strain. But here, in this video, Wu Wei leans more toward doing nothing flat out. Now, doing nothing sounds like a waste, right? Like you're just sitting there, going nowhere. The Taoists say, nah, that's way off. Keep in mind a universe is always shifting, always breaking down and rebuilding. There's progress baked into life's natural flow. So instead of pushing hard and burning out, which is how we roll these days, why not glide through smarter? Ever notice how problems sometimes fix themselves? Or how jumping in to do something can screw things up worse? When we waste time tweaking stuff, we drift from the natural path. We keep acting in ways the Taoists call unnatural, running our bodies and minds ragged. Why do we do it? It's all about what we think matters. Like, we hate being broke, but crave cash and fame. We dread being alone, but want to belong. So we try to kill off the bad stuff and pile up the good, not seeing that one can't exist without the other. We also figure we've got to bend nature to fit some belief system. We want to fix the world, but the results? Meh, questionable at best. So how do we bring these ancient vibes into today? How do we modern folks try so hard and end up with crumbs? Let's dig into that with some Taoist wisdom from the Tao Te Ching and Zhuangzi. First up, trying to fix the world. Alan Watts, a guy who got Taoism big time, said the do-gooders out there are often the real troublemakers. That gotta save the world mindset throws everything off, pushing human ideas of right and wrong onto nature. Take communism. Started with a dream of making things fair, sharing the wealth. But the way they forced it, Brutal stuff. In a Zhuangzi, there's this guy, Yin Hui, who wanted to head to Wei, a place with a lousy ruler, to set things straight using all his fancy governing know-how. Confucius told him to chill, not just because the jerk in charge wouldn't listen, but because nobody likes some outsider rolling in, preaching what's best from a high horse. Confucius put it like this: if you don't get people and you shove your big ideas about kindness and rules in a tyrant's face, you're just showing off using their flaws. So what's the deal with flexing other people's mess-ups to look good? It stirs up more division, more stress, and doesn't fix squat long-term. Lao Tzu said it in the Tao Te Ching. Think you can run the world and control it? Nah, it's not happening. The world's a sacred thing. You can't boss it around. Try, and you'll mess it up. It'll slip away and vanish. Next, trying to be happy. Whether it's chasing bucks, status, fame, power, or smarts, this nonstop grind for happiness is why we're miserable. We think we'll be good with a fat bank account, a published book, or a YouTube channel hitting 100K subs. Spoiler, not really. Yeah, there's a quick high, but the Taoists say that's not the real deal. Worse, we run ourselves into the ground chasing it and still come up empty. The Tao Te Ching lays it out. The world loves wealth, fame, long life, a good rep. It calls happiness an easy life, tasty food, nice threads, pretty views, sweet tunes. It hates poverty, shame, short lives, bad names. It calls misery a restless life. No good eats, no sharp outfits, no eye candy, no ear candy. People who can't snag this stuff freak out and stress. That's a dumb way to treat yourself. Rich folks grind away stacking cash they'll never spend. That's a shallow way to live. If chasing happiness is a dead end, what's the move? The Taoists have some thoughts, but hold up. Let's hit the third one, trying to be someone else. The Zhuangzi tells this story about critters and the wind envying each other's natural tricks. A centipede's jealous of a snake moving with no legs. The snake's jealous of the wind zipping around with no body. But the wind's like, one finger can stop me cold. Point is, nature gave everything its own gig. Nothing's better, just our judging makes it seem that way. So we try to tweak ourselves to fit some ideal. White folks want a tan, East Asians want a Western look, brunettes go blonde, blondes go brunette. We also twist ourselves to match made-up standards, to fit in, because standing out feels like a flaw. Got an extra finger? Chop it off for the five-finger club. Why can't we just be what nature made us? Way easier. Everything's got its spot in the big picture. Messing with that throws it all off. The Tao Te Ching says, see beauty, and ugly shows up. Call something good, and evil pops in. Being and not being make each other. Hard and easy balance out. Long and short shape each other. High and low push against each other. Before and after trail each other. So how do we live this stuff? The Taoists toss out a few ideas. First, the Zhuangzi says stick to the middle road. Don't overreach, stay balanced, keep your health, stay true to you. Walk the middle, stick to what lasts, and you'll stay whole, live long, care for your folks, see your years through. The Tao's steady. Lao Tzu says someone chasing the Tao lets go of something every day. Instead of locking into beliefs, we loosen up, keep an open mind, let the universe do its thing. Trying to force nature's a bust, same as clouding it with human junk. Don't pile on knowledge, drop it till you hit a quiet spot inside. That's when you tap into the Tao, or call it God if you're coming from that angle. In that empty space, you're good. And being good's the real happiness. The Taoists call this clearing the heart. Letting go daily, they land on Wu Wei. Not trying, yet nothing's left undone. Thanks for tuning in.